Hi, this is a quick intro. Here are 3 of my prisoner matches from low tier Griffin, from Mammoth to Griffin. I know, crazy I can play something other than mech, and crazy I can actually kite. Crazy. This will be helpful to all the hard-stuck Mammoths and Griffins out there who have dumb teammates or they just don't understand how to play a character. This should be self-explanatory, but if you are playing prisoner, when you spawn, put a transmission down between 2 ciphers that are relatively close. Usually, people will put the one that's closest to them and some other one that's close to that cipher so that the transmission won't be too slow and you can actually get some more progress done on 2 ciphers. If you don't put a transmission down when you start and you get found by the hunter, you risk an early down with no progress on any ciphers, and your ability will basically be useless to all the remaining teammates. So always remember to put a transmission down when you spawn, because even if you could decode only 2 or 5% of a cipher, you still get the prisoner's ability of the shock, which can help you kite longer. When kiting in any situation, it's both important to know your routes and how to fake drop pallets. Fake dropping pallets works especially well when a hunter carries peepers, and it's basically when you go back to a pallet to make it look like you're going to throw it down, but you don't. This works more and better with low tier hunters, as low tier hunters adapt less faster than high tier. And with this, you have to learn the difference between a short range attack and a long range attack. It's all in the breath. It's all in the way the hunter will breathe. Usually, a hunter, it's different. You can tell, especially with Wu Chang, with something like Wu Chang. You can tell the difference between the two. And once you get that down, then it's pretty easy to tell when the hunter's going to long range attack, so you just throw the pallet down. It's also important to note that even if the seer accidentally gives you an owl if you didn't need it, to not let the hunter hit it, because it will give the hunter presence and it'll be harder to kite them later on. The only reason I led the hunter to this way was because I had the shock already ready to use, but he manages to hit me anyways because of the wisp thing for speed boost. It should also be noted that on Leo's memory, the best place to kite and to loop for a solid 60 seconds would be factory. So usually when you are nearing the end of your route where you are going to get hit, you always want to try to transition to factory, because that's your best shot at kiting the longest.
Love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
Another pro tip that can help you in your rank matches is, if you are a prisoner, to connect to the cipher even if it is primed and someone is there. Just in case they get terror shocked or they need help, then your connection is there and you can automatically just pop it for them in case they get down. The only reason I didn't stay at that cipher that time was because the seer was already at full health, so there was no reason for me to stay there, because he shouldn't get down. There's no plausible way he should get down. Also, don't do what I did here. I was decoding both doors and I didn't need to. I did it all for the points. Don't be like Miasma. There's always someone like Miasma, but don't be like him. Don't be that guy. Hi, this is the second day I'm recording this. A lot of what I said in the first game actually applies to this game as well. And the beginning of the match, put a transmission down, blah, 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 blah. But this time it's different, because if you know your hunter spawns, or a general knowledge of them, you'll know that the hunter will probably come here first, and she does. Then the mercenary Miasma tells me she's gone, so then I just go back to the code. The other cipher I was on. And we're good. I'm I'm also just gonna fast forward all the time since it's like decoding or anything because it's kind of boring. And I think we all understand that we're decoding while she teleports to see her. Prisoner is especially helpful in that you can finish other people's ciphers without having to go near the area where the survivor is hiding. And that's exactly what I do here, is I break the transmission with the mercenary cipher and I go finish the series. Now I'm just going to fast forward everything because the seer carries with this fucking kite while everyone else is just decoding. Yay.
Love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
Here the cipher machine is about to be popped and primed, and if you'll notice as we keep moving on that I am not going to run directly to Shack. Instead I decide to go to middle and put a connection between them so that I can start on a third cipher because we still need 3. Coordinator has one, I have one, and one's about to be primed. So I'm gonna start using my brain here and decode 2 ciphers. This may seem just like regular, everyone should know it, but it should be said, so just in case you worker bees or hounds don't understand, it's just better to think with your brain. Think smarter, not harder. Another just common sense thing I did was after I finished one cipher, I just put a connection between mine and the chords to help make them get decoded faster. Yeah. I speak English, I swear. A thing that surprised me was that the geisha had actually decided to teleport to me with the last cipher, which I didn't expect, but I tried kiting in that small ass area. Against a fully fed geisha, you're most likely, not more than likely, gonna get a hit. And here I get stuck, and I'm new to prisoner. And yeah, I messed up really bad. I got dungeon too. You thought this is a video where I just did perfect? Nah, I got dungeon. Period. All jokes aside, our team was in a good spot, so it didn't matter if I got dungeon because Cord still had her gun, from what I'm aware of, and last cipher was doing pretty good. So we were all good. It's just Seer couldn't die, otherwise I'm not promoting you to go die in dungeon when there's one cipher left. But what I'm just saying is that we were okay that I sucked and I choked in this moment. We were good. We still had a good chance. And it bought some time for the cipher progress to get a little farther along. And look, isn't it weird that I lagged and Coordinator was also lagging? That wasn't my phone recording. It was the actual game that I lagged in, and then Cord was lagging at the same time. That's crazy. Fix your servers. The geisha rather prioritized getting someone down and getting them away from the cipher that she didn't notice the connection or the transmission. So I was able to actually prime the cipher while she put Merc on chair. And again, Cord still has her gun, so looking pretty good. I don't understand why the geisha decided to teleport to me, but she did, and that cost her the game, actually. So, hunters,
That's love.
don't do that. It's not a hunter tip thing video, but it's, have knowledge, common knowledge. And they're learning, so. But because she used her teleport, everyone else was already getting to the other side of the map, and everyone was already there. Door's gonna be open. She had no way to get there, so yeah, that was the one. No, I'm gonna shut up this match, but here you can see I used all of the tips and ways of kiting I showed you before. I used them here. Also, this is a good example of even if you do mess up a game, there's still a way to come back from it if your team can work together in a better way, if that makes any logical correlation.
Love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
Sorry, one last thing. You can tell that I'm pretty newbie to prisoner raid because I missed the shock. And I also messed up my route later on, so you should be able to tell when I mess up. And you should be able to fix it when you play.
that's love.